I think what would help women to become appropriately radicalized is to realize that men have never been providers of anything at all. As far as relationships go, women have been the only ones to provide anything in relationships to begin with. Oh, but men go to work. Okay, so do women. To provide means to give access to. A woman now has access to her own right to work. Oh, you no longer provide that. If you are a man that works while the woman stays home, you're actually not providing anything. You are compensating her for the work that she provides you. And you're compensating her for the fact that she provided you children and that she provides you a clean house and a home cooked meal every night. So she's providing, you are just compensating. And that's what I think men and women really need to understand these days. The terms of engagement are no longer the same. The things that men used to provide to women were not things that men themselves had to work for. They were simply rights that weren't given to women to make them dependent on men. To be dependent on someone is not to be provided for. It's to have access by proxy to your most basic needs and your basic survival. That's not actually provision. The things that women grant men access to within relationships are valuable, and men don't have access to them outside of a relationship with a woman. And these are things that tangibly improve men's lives. A woman's basic tasks are going to look largely the same, whether she lives with a man or not. And the only thing that changes when she moves in with a man is that her tasks double, because she is providing something to that man. For the man, his life also changes, but for the better. His tasks typically diminish. It's the same inverse relationship with life expectancy as well. When women enter into marriage, their life expectancy decreases, and when men enter into marriage, then their life expectancy increases, which means they have been provided something at the expense of somebody else. Sadly, outside of relationships with women, men also don't really have a whole lot of places to turn for softness, for understanding, for empathy, for compassion, for emotional support, whereas women do. Women have friends. And while women provide emotional support, softness, peace, all these things to a man, oftentimes the man does not return that favor. Therefore, he is not providing. He is just taking. At least the other women in your life tend to reciprocate those favors, tend to reciprocate that thoughtfulness, tend to reciprocate that softness, that kindness. Most men in your life won't. Oh, if a man is ever talking all this big game to you about being a provider, you need to look him dead in the eye and ask him what he's going to provide to you that you don't already have access to all by yourself. You can then also ask him, what does he expect of a partner? And I guarantee you that only one of those lists will be 3 feet long. Because the things that he's going to say that he provides into a relationship is probably going to be like, well, I have a job. That's what I provide. And then when you ask him, what does he expect of a woman, of a wife, of a mother? Oh, I guarantee you that list is going to be long as hell. Who is really providing what? Because if the only thing that he's providing to you is his ability to hold down a job, and the things that he expects to be provided from you is a list of about a mile long, then you need to really consider who's the provider here. Because in that case, it's not him. And I'm just really tired of the discourse and the idea that men are providing something to women that women can't provide for themselves, and that women really, really need them for. It's like, we really don't. Truthfully, oftentimes, the only thing that a man provides a woman with is a headache and a lot of extra work. So ladies, watch out for these freeloaders who call themselves providers. And remember that you bring a lot more value to the relationship unless that man is doing something to make your life easier too, other than just holding down his own job and pursuing his own achievements. Unless he's also helping you get ahead, unless he's giving you something extra that you don't already have in your life, then he is not providing you with anything. When given everything that he is going to expect from you, you need to really reconsider whether you want to bring those things into a relationship for free. Because you're not compensated for those efforts in any other way, other than you can say, oh, I'm in a relationship with a man. So be careful out there. Stay safe. Godspeed. Mwah.